Hello. In the last class, we stopped on the page number 99, and we have seen how the traveler. He's talking about the Brazil traffic in Brazil. So we are in the same chapter of Japan and Brazil through a traveler's eye. Okay, by George Mikes, and we have stopped in page number 99 in the first paragraph of traffic in Brazil. Okay, so we shall start from the second paragraph. However, as soon as these easy-going, leisurely characters get a steering wheel in their hands, no speed is fast enough for them. You would be then to be inclined to believe that gaining a tenth of a second is a matter of grave importance for all of them all the time. So here, in the second paragraph, he talks about how yes, the Brazil has the very artistic, creative people and mosaic decorations in the pavements. But as soon as the people of Brazil get the steering of the car, okay, as soon as they get the steering, they become very fast. Okay, so they gain speed in 1/10 of the second. In a second, they show their speedness fast, and once they have a steering wheel, they are very fast on the vehicles. Okay, so here, hence, the traveler talks about the traffic in Brazil. Okay, because people, as soon as they get steering wheel, they start driving very fast, like 1/10 in a second. In a second, they move kilometers ahead. Okay, so that's how fast they drive all the time, and they give importance to speed. Okay, so motor cars are extremely expensive in Brazil, import duties being crippling and murderous. Only a few poorer South American states are in a worse position in this respect. Complaints are universal. Hardly anyone can afford a car. Yet this only means that the number of motor vehicles is growing by leaps and bounds, almost as if cars were distributed free of charge to all and sundry. Thus, the pedestrian's life is becoming more hazardous every day. So here in Brazil, cars are more expensive. Okay, expensive motor cars because it is imported from other countries, other states, other places. It is imported. It is like trade and commerce, where you import, you buy the motor cars from other cities. Okay, so here it is a import duties, and it is very highly expensive. Okay, motor cars are very highly expensive, and but the roads are filled with cars. Okay, how is that possible? Brazil, the people are very much drivers are very crazy, murderers, and crippling. Okay, so they buy cars. This is they afford. Okay, they afford for the cars, and they buy cars, and the roads are filled with cars. Okay, so when they start driving, they don't we will like it will be like a hunter and a prey. Okay, where you almost become a murderer. Okay, you doesn't see who is on the street, who is on the road, where are the payments, where is the road. Okay, where you have to cross, where you have to take u-turn. Nothing is seen for these drivers, because they drive very rashly, very speed, very fast. Okay, so yes, the cars are expensive, but they afford to buy a cars, and the roads are filled with cars. Okay, so because of all this, pedestrians life is becoming more hazardous every day. Pedestrians is where the people who live on the footpaths. Okay, so the life of the people of pedestrians is more hazardous, because it is just like a war, where they have to face all these rashy drivers, murderers, who always are ready to take their lives. Okay, because they drive in such a way, they literally they don't take your lives, but they drive in such a way where you have to fear for your life. Okay, so that is the life of pedestrians here. It is not that drivers do not care about pedestrians. The trouble is that they do not care about them. They are, in fact, on the lookout for them. As soon as a driver notices a pedestrian step off the pavement, he regards him as a fair game. He takes aim and accelerates. Okay, so here it is not that I already told you that it is not that the drivers are not caring or do not care about pedestrians, but when they get the steering in their hands, when they see the pedestrians of pavements. Okay, so when they see the pedestrian step off the pavement, he regards that it is a game, that they have to rash drively, they have to go in a very high speed, okay, and they aim and accelerate. Okay, so this is how they think that they are very energetic, enjoying, or very racy in their car speed. Okay. Pedestrians has to jump, leap, and run for their dear life. He does not resent this is in the least. Driver and pedestrian, hunter and prey smile amicably at each other. I win today you will win tomorrow. Fair enough. So here the relationship between the driver and the pedestrians. Okay, the pedestrians are like the hunter and prey. Okay, so here nobody takes revenge on the road. Okay, nobody takes revenge on the road, but it is like a war between driver and pedestrians. It's like drivers are like murderers. Okay, but good tempered. They are good tempered. Okay, they just like competitors. Okay, competitors where their relationship is like a hunter and prey. Drivers are hunters and pedestrians are preys. Okay, so here they exchange smile to each other. Okay, and it is like almost they go to hit the pedestrians, but he says, I win today you will win tomorrow. That is the relationship they have. Okay, if the prey and if the pedestrians escape from the drivers, it is like they have won today. Okay, but the driver will always tell, you have won today, I will win tomorrow. Okay, so that's how the relationship is between the drivers and pedestrians. It is not like they take revenge, but it is like a game. Okay, which they play on the roads. The war between drivers themselves is murderous, but good tempered. They cut in, they overtake on both sides, they force you to brake violently and commit all the most heinous crimes of the road and 20 times every hour, but they smile at you and you the same time. There is no anger, no hostility, no mad hooting. So here I already told you that yes, it is like a war between drivers and pedestrians. Okay, but in a good tempered. They are always a good tempered people. They cut in, they overtake both the sides, they force to brake violently and commit all the crimes on the roads. Okay, and every 20 they will always commit 20 mistakes on road. Okay, they will commit so many mistakes on road, but this exchange smile to each other. Drivers and pedestrians, they exchange smile to each other. There is no anger, no hostility, no mad things. Okay, but just it is like a game. Okay, it is just like a game, and there is nothing more than that. Okay, so that is what he tells. It is just like a game of hunter and prey. Okay, so here he mentions about a particular place. The Avenida Presidenta Vargas is the worst place of all. You stand there trying to cross the road and contemplating the truly fascinating problem: how can crawling traffic proceed at such terrifying speed as hour after hour passes without a ray of hope of an auspicious crossing? You might witness a scene something like this. A man on your side of Avenida Vargas suddenly catches sight of a friend of his on the other side and starts waving to him at the same time, looking completely mystified. How on earth did you get over there? He shouts across, trying to make himself heard about the traffic. It is the other fellow's turn to be surprised by this native question. He yells back, "How I was born this side." Okay, so here the traveler mentions a place. Okay, it is a traffic at Avenida. President Vargas is at worst. It is a place in Brazil. Okay, it is a worst place because you stand there and you cannot cross the road. Okay, and there, in a funny way, he tells there is a friend of him on the either side of the road. Okay, and he asks his friends, "How did you get to the other side of the road? Because I'm not able to cross the roads because of this traffic." Okay, so the friend says, I didn't cross the road, but I was born here." Okay, so that's how funny it is, because he says in a funny manner that you cannot cross the road because of this traffic or the vehicles in Brazil, but I was just born in this side of the road. I was born here, so I'm here. I didn't do that job of crossing the road. Okay, so in a funny manner it shows how the traffic and how the vehicles are in Brazil. Okay, so yeah, this is what he talks about the Brazil. First, he talks about two things, that is creativity of Brazils, because I already told you that Capabana something, that place. Okay, Capacabana, yeah, Capacabana. There, you can see the pavements. Okay, the pavements are very creative mosaic designs. Okay, decorations. So the first thing he talks about the creativity of Brazilians, and the second thing is about the drivers who are very bad because they commit 20 mistakes on road. Contrasting pictures, where he talks about the creativity and he also talks about the drivers and the traffic and the vehicles in Brazil. Okay, so yeah, in this chapter we have seen two places, that is Japan and Brazil. They talk about, the traveler shows about the specific mannerism of two places. For example, in Japan we have seen the mannerism of respecting privacy, bowing to each other, and we have talked about eating soup. Okay, eating soup, how you have to eat a soup. And but in a contrasting picture in Brazil, the traveler talks about how the Brazil, there are creative people in Brazil, and there are also bad drivers, bad traffic in Brazil. Okay, this is about the chapter. We are done with the chapter.